Welcome back to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into, well, one of humanity's oldest questions, really. Why is that sweetest moment, that illicit pleasure, always seem to bring on this crushing regret later?
It's that classic short-term gain versus long-term pain scenario.
Oh.
And we're looking at it today through some really creative sources.
Right. We're tackling an ancient proverb, Proverbs 20.17.
But not just by reading it. We're using this rich allegorical story that's designed to make the moral warning feel really physical, almost unforgettable for you.
So our mission then is to unpack this whole idea how deception gives you that short-lived sweetness.
Yeah, that initial rush.
But it inevitably gets replaced by pain, by something bitter. We want to get into the psychology of ignoring what's coming for that immediate taste.
Exactly. And the proverb itself, the core fragment we're focusing on, basically gives away the ending.
The spoiler alert.
Right. A man enjoys the bread of lies, but afterwards his mouth is filled with gravel. That journey from sweet bread to bitter gravel, that's what we're tracing.
Okay, let's dive into the story the sources use. We can call it something like the reward of false honey and gravel.
That works, yeah. And we have two main players in this drama.
The mastermind, the female fox, clever strategist type.
Right. She represents number 20 in the system. And then her companion, the gorilla. He's the man in this context, strong but maybe easily swayed.
And their target.
A massive beehive, just overflowing with what the sources describe as golden honey.
Okay. And the plan?
The fox's strategy involves using false information, some kind of lie, to basically clear out the bees temporarily so they can get the honey.
Create a window of opportunity.
Precisely. A vacuum where they can indulge without immediate danger.
And the break-in itself, how's that described?
It's quite vivid. The fox uses this small, dull silver jackknife that's number 17 to pierce the hive wall.
Just pierces it.
Yeah, and it causes this golden waterfall of honey to just pour out. You can almost smell it. This heavy, warm, intoxicating scent filling the air.
Wow. Okay, so that honey, that flood of sweetness.
That's the immediate pleasure we're talking about. It perfectly embodies the first key Hebrew word from the proverb, ʿārēv.
ʿārēv, meaning pleasant, agreeable.
Exactly. Pleasant, agreeable, that instant rush of feeling good. It's the honey.
But it's more than just taste, isn't it? The sources link it to blending.
Yeah, the mnemonic image for ʄārēv is a whisk mixer. It suggests something blended into a pleasing whole. So the deception, the honey, feels good, comfortable. It smooths over the harsh edges of reality, you could say.
It makes the lie itself feel agreeable.
Precisely. It's so pleasant it feels harmless.
Yeah.
That's the hook. It short-circuits your thinking about the future, about the bees coming back. You just focus on the taste.
Okay, so let's turn to the gorilla then. The stand-in for the man Laish.
He sees all this honey.
And he's not thinking strategy like the fox.
No, he's just thinking consumption. Pure, unadulterated pleasure. This is paradise for him in that moment.
And this leads us to the actual object of the lie, right? The šeqer.
The bread of lies, yes. The source depicts him holding this bread. And get this, it's described as having an evil smile on its crust.
An evil smile. Seriously.
Yeah, like it's laughing at him, almost conscious of the deceit.
That's quite an image. And he just takes this bread.
Takes the bread, slathers it with that stolen golden honey, and he is just lost.
Yeah.
Utterly consumed by blissful indulgence. This moment is the peak of šeqer.
šeqer meaning deception, falsehood.
And it's fundamental falsehood, not just a little white lie. The mnemonics help here too. One is a mask hiding the true face.
Okay.
The other is a bronze statue. Looks real, looks solid, but it's not the true living person. It lacks life.
So he's consuming something that looks nourishing, looks real, but it's fundamentally fake.
Exactly. And the crucial insight psychologically is that the sheer pleasantness, the ʄārēv of it all, makes him completely unable to think about what comes next.
He's blinded by the sweetness of the lie.
Physically, metaphorically, yes. But the narrative doesn't let him stay there. It shifts.
This is the pivot point.
This is the pivot. The proverb uses that simple but ominous phrase, ver.
And afterward.
And afterward. And the source material, brilliantly, doesn't just leave that as a concept. It makes it physical, tangible.
How do they do that?
This is where it gets really interesting and, frankly, a bit chilling. They represent an afterward with a backpack.
A backpack?
Yeah, a heavy green backpack strapped onto the gorilla's back, even while he's stuffing his face with the honey bread.
So the consequence isn't something way off in the future.
No, It's literally right there, weighing him down, even in his moment of bliss.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't or can't see it.
Wow. Okay, so what's in the backpack? Is it just heavy?
It's what's sticking out of the top. It's another gorilla face, like a projection of his future self.
Creepy.
And this face has its mouth wide open, huge. The mnemonic links this to the gape of a hippopotamus pihu, his mouth. And it's waiting to be filled, Imali.
Waiting to be filled with. Or what? More honey.
See, that's the twist. It's not waiting. It's already filled.
Filled with what?
Tough, tasteless, gritty river gravel.
Gravel. Seriously.
Yeah. So even at the absolute peak of his enjoyment, the price, the consequence, that harsh, gritty reality is already packed into his future, symbolized right there on his back.
That's profound. It means the cost isn't separate from the act. It's loaded in from the start.
Exactly. It's the unseen debt accumulating. Think about it in modern terms.
Yeah.
Someone cooks the books for a quarterly report. Looks great, gets the bonus, that's the honey. But the stress, the risk of discovery, the potential legal fallout, that's the gravel already in the backpack they just strapped on.
It's the cognitive load, the anxiety.
Or think about building a career on lies. The eventual exposure, the public shaming. That's the gravel filling the mouth. The sweetness vanishes fast, but that gravel is hard and painful to deal with. It sticks around.
Okay, so the story moves towards this inevitable consequence then.
Yes. The collapse is sudden, violent almost. The sound comes first, the deafening roar of the bee swarm returning.
The owners of the honey.
The owners are back, and they're enraged. The temporary safety net is gone. Instantly.
And what happens to the fox and the gorilla?
Well, the fox, the strategist, number 20, she escapes relatively easily. She hadn't coated herself in the sticky spoils.
Smart. But the gorilla?
Gorilla's covered in honey. It makes him slow, clumsy. His sweet high turns immediately into, as the source says, screams of intense pain as the bees just engulf him.
Oh, man.
And then comes the literal fulfillment of that gravel prophecy. It's brutal.
So?
He stumbles out of the hive, desperate to escape the stings, and jumps into a nearby river.
For safety?
Yes, but the honey makes him slippery. He loses his footing in the shallows, falls face first right into the muddy riverbed.
No.
And his mouth, that same mouth that was enjoying the sweet bread, it's instantly flooded. Cold water, mud, and, yeah, hard, gritty river gravel.
Wow. So the ārēv, the pleasantness, is completely wiped out.
Utterly replaced by the jarring, horrible sensation of a mouthful of stones. The consequence foreshadowed on his back becomes his literal reality.
The synthesis is just crystal clear then. The sweet taste from the lie, šeqer, is fleeting.
Very temporary. But the gravel, the consequence, is harsh, and it sticks. It's the pain that remains after the sugar rush is long gone.
What strikes me is how these sources take something abstract, like, moral consequences, and just make it so visceral.
Absolutely. You won't forget that image of the gorilla with a mouthful of gravel.
No kidding. It turns ideas like karmic debt into something you can almost feel, like that heavy green backpack.
And that's the power for you, the learner. It makes it memorable. It forces you to ask, okay, what's the sweet honey I might be chasing?
Right. And what's the unseen backpack that comes with it?
It drives home that the consequence isn't always later. Often, it's fundamentally baked into the action itself. It's that weight you start carrying immediately, even if you're enjoying the moment.
So we've seen the whole cycle, the pleasant pursuit achieved through deception, šeqer, leading inevitably to that mouthful of gravel.
It's a complete loop, a powerful moral illustration.
So let's circle back just for a second to the fox, number 20.
The strategist.
She got away clean. Physically.
Right. No stings, no gravel mouth for her. The narrative even says she watched the whole disaster unfold from the bushes.
And confirmed for herself that the proverb was true. She learned the lesson, but at the gorilla's expense.
She sacrificed her partner, really, and didn't even get the honey in the end. Just the lesson.
Which leads to maybe the most unsettling question, the one we leave you with.
Okay.
If the immediate physical cost, the stings, the fall, the gravel, is only paid by the one who directly indulged, the gorilla, does the strategist, the fox, truly get away free? What's the unseen cost, the moral weight, carried by the one who plans the deceit but just watches the fallout from a safe distance?
That's a heavy thought. What's the price of being the untouched architect of someone else's gravel-filled mouth? Something to really chew on.